Most people remember Rugrats as a goofy, innocent cartoon about babies going on wild adventures. But what if I told you none of that was real? Not the way you think. Not to the one person who saw it all. Angelica Pickles wasn't just the bossy cousin. She wasn't just dramatic or mean. She was alone. Her parents were never really around. Her mom constantly on the phone, emotionally distant, maybe even using substances or to cope. Her dad, too busy working, too busy pretending everything was fine. So Angelica did what neglected children would do. She created a world that made sense to her. A world she could control. She imagined the babies. Tommy was her first creation. He was brave, curious, the leader. Everything she wanted to be. Everything she needed somebody to be. But the truth is, Tommy was a stillborn. That's why his dad, Stu, is always obsessively building toys in the basement. He's not inventing, he's grieving. Trying to create joy for a child who never got to experience any. Chucky, he and his mom died in a car crash. That's why his dad, Chaz, is so anxious, so broken. Angelica gave Chucky a nervous personality because in her mind, Chucky was scared, not of monsters, but of being left behind, just like her. Phil and Lil, they were never born. Their mother, Betty, had a miscarriage. Angelica never knew if it was a boy or girl, so she just imagined both. Twins. Loud, messy, full of energy. She made them so no matter what, that baby existed. First, it was harmless, just a coping mechanism. But over time, the line between reality and imagination started to blur. Angelica didn't just imagine the babies, she talked to them, played with them, argued with them. They became her family, her responsibility, her burden. They were the only ones who never left her, never judged her, and never disappeared, because she would not let them. But when a child tries to control the world for too long, the world starts to control them. Angelica's grip on reality began to slip. She started talking to people who weren't there. She lashed out when the babies didn't listen. She punished them, even cried over them when they got hurt. Her imaginary friends became real to her, more real than the adults who ignored her. She gave them stories, gave them trauma, not because she was cruel, but because pain was all she knew. Pain was real. And if they felt it, then maybe she wasn't alone in it. Cynthia, her doll, wasn't just a toy. Cynthia was her anchor. The only one who saw what Angelica saw. The only one who didn't leave because she couldn't. Cynthia was always there, always listening, always watching. And slowly, she became more than just a doll. She became a symbol, a reflection of Angelica's unraveling mind, disheveled, silent, and broken. As Angelica grew older, the voices did not stop. The babies did not grow up. They couldn't. They weren't real. But they felt real. She began to question which world was the dream and which one was the nightmare. Because if babies were fake, then so was her happiness, so was her childhood, and so was her family. They say make-believe is something you grow out of, but for Angelica, it was the only thing keeping her together. And sometimes, when you live in a fantasy for too long, the real world becomes the lie. So maybe Rugrats wasn't about the babies. Maybe it was about a little girl who had to imagine them just to survive.